This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Stephanie Gandula from Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Nancy.
And you know, just because it's getting near the holiday season and summer is over and fall's winding down doesn't mean you folks aren't really busy at the sanctuary.
That's so true. People say, oh, it's time to relax over there. And it's like, nope, we're always working on something. And very excited to be wrapping up our lecture and cinema series for the year. It's been a great success the past couple of years to regularly bring in new talkers, new speakers, new topics, and access new audiences that way. So Thursday, the 21st, at 7 o'clock, we have the life-saving stations of Lake Superior's Shipwreck Coast. And Bruce Lynn, who is the executive director of the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum up at Whitefish Point, he'll be visiting us to deliver this lecture. That museum up at Whitefish Point focuses on the Edmund Fitzgerald, the tragic sinking in 1975. Just had the memorial anniversary for that on November 10th. So that's the focus of that museum, but many other shipwrecks, many other stories to talk about. Specifically, the life-saving stations, which are a remarkable part of our maritime history that we sometimes forget with the shipwreck stories. You know, we sometimes forget there were people that spent their lives, made their living by going out and saving people. So imagine, it's a terribly stormy night. It's dark. You can't see 2 feet in front of you for the waves, and you row out to save someone.
When the gales of November came early.
That's right, that's right.
I can't even imagine being out there when you listen to the talk about how big the waves were and how cold it was and black, pitch black. Oh.
Brave, very, very brave people that saved thousands and thousands of lives across the Great Lakes and across the America's West Coast and East Coast. So really interesting part of our history. So he'll be talking about that.
Good.
And still lots of new merchandise in the sanctuary store. So we like to open the doors early for our lectures, so people can come in, get some popcorn, of course, get some warm coffee and warm cocoa this time of year, and then do some shopping. It's never too early to get your holiday shopping done.
No, and you do have very affordable and unique items. If you want something to give to someone who used to live here or lives here, you know, just really some good items in the store.
That's right, educational items, books, great music, and of course lots of toys, educational toys for the kids. But you're right, all sorts of price points, so great place for gifts.
Okay, and I know Giving Tuesday's coming up on December 3rd. That's a very important day to all of you folks.
That's right. The Friends of Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary is the nonprofit group that exists to support the educational and research programs that the sanctuary does. And they need support from the community, of course. And the Friends are just thrilled to be a part of the Giving Tuesday campaign that the Community Foundation hosts. And so, you know, stay tuned for announcements and updates on how you can donate for that and keep our programs. Is
anyone going to dress in a turkey suit this year?
You know, it's a great question. I know I'm not going to be doing that.
I wouldn't either.
Somebody might be, or they might come up with something new and exciting. I'm not sure, but Giving Tuesday is a very important part of their fundraising.
And you know, you had so many wonderful events this year. You did you know, the Maritime Festival, which had how many thousands of people?
Thousands and thousands, upwards of 10,000 people, if you can believe it.
Amazing. And then just recently you did trick-or-treating, and you had about 2,000 kids. You know, it's wonderful that the sanctuary opens its doors and lends itself to our community for so many wonderful things. And I saw the news in the paper about the park too, that Rotary Club's going to donate $50,000. How amazing.
Oh, it's so exciting. And we really are grateful that the visitor center for the sanctuary has truly become a community hub. You know, when there's no school for kids, they'll come there and explore the exhibits, you know, hang out, maybe watch a movie. People have been married on the ship in the exhibits. So it's really become a place for meetings, for all sorts of things. And we have new exhibits for people to come see. So there's always a reason to stop in. We're open nearly every single day of the year. I think it's 362 days out of the year, open 7 days a week. So truly a community hub.
You know that when I think of 10,000 visitors coming for Maritime Festival, how wonderful it'll be to have that park all developed.
Oh yes, that's going to be. So many things to imagine. Very exciting times. And our 20th anniversary happens to be next year. It's pretty cool. 2020 will be 20 years since the designation of the Marine Sanctuary. So.
Wow, so we look for some wonderful big things happening
That's
then.
right.
And the Friends are always looking for some good volunteers.
Absolutely, looking for volunteers all the time. In fact, the next big volunteer opportunity is the Thunder Bay International Film Festival,
yes,
which is so much fun. We bring in the latest and greatest in ocean and Great Lakes filmmaking from all around the world, many films that you can't see anywhere else. And that's going to be January 22nd through the 26th. And speaking of films, there is the student film competition. Yes, that's a part of the film festival. That's open right now, and the deadline for students, grade 8th through 12th, is January 3rd. So you can submit a film, you can be part of a class, you can do it independently, just needs to be 5 minutes or less. Submit a film that talks about, the theme is Great Lakes are. So what do the Great Lakes mean to you? It's a pretty open theme,
yes,
and then your film has the opportunity to be displayed on the big screen during the Thunder Bay International Film Festival, which is really exciting for the students and actually great for the audience, because every single time this sounds cheesy, but brought to tears with the films that these students, the youth in our area here that can create. It's amazing, their savviness and their technological prowess and the topics that they want to explore. You don't want to miss the student film screenings, which is Saturday of Film Festival, but we'll talk more about that, of course.
And I know you've been looking at some of the films and you're so excited, so I can't wait to hear about them next time.
Yes, for sure. I'd love to share.
Okay, so volunteers, just come in, say, hey, I'm interested in volunteering. Check out the Sanctuary store for holidays, and come to the last lecture series.
Yes, so we do have the one for the November, which is the life-saving stations of Lake Superior's Shipwreck Coast. That's a long title.
Yes, it
by
is.
Bruce Lynn. And then in December, Patrick Labadie, who is an amazing maritime historian. Whenever I have questions, I call him up straight away. He'll be talking about Great Lakes freighters for the December lecture.
Ooh, and that's something that would hit close to home because we're a sailing community.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. Tell everyone we said thank you over there for all the great work that they did, and keep up the good work, and I look forward to talking to you next month about Film Festival.
Yes, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with some information from the Salvation Army following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests today are both from the Salvation Army, Kevin and Amy Cedarvald. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
So I know the Red Kettle campaign is already launched. So Amy, give me an idea what's going to be happening this year.
Kind of the same as normal. You know, we have the kettles out at the typical stores. We didn't add anything new this year. Nope. And we didn't lose any this year, so that's good. Yay! But so, you know, they'll be there until December 24th, Christmas Eve, Monday through Saturday. And, you know, some will be manned all the time and some will be manned just during peak season or peak hours. But they'll be there, and that's our big fundraiser for the year. So it's kind of a big thing for us.
And Kevin, how are things looking this year? Oh, go ahead.
They're starting off good.
Okay.
We've had some good days. We had one really bad weather day, which we knew was going to be bad. But they've been doing pretty close to what they were last year, so we're looking forward to that. Along those lines, every year we have our match weekend is the last weekend of the season. So December 22nd and 23rd this season we're going to have our match weekend again. But also this year we're going to add in the Black Friday match weekend.
Ooh.
We have about 3,000 that somebody has offered up that we can do a match weekend for Black Friday to add in as well. Well, Black Friday and then the Saturday following.
So the 29th and 30th we're going to have a match weekend, which is always helps our kettles, and it just gives people an opportunity to make their money go a little further.
So if you can raise $3,000 in the kettle, someone will match it to $3,000.
That's right.
So it'll be $6,000.
Okay, so Black Friday weekend, very important that people give at that
That's
time.
right.
If you're planning to give, just hang on to your donation until that time. We hate to say that because we want the kettles to be busy at all times, but you know, and I guess the important thing, you know, when I listen to people talk, you know, every $1, 50 cents, $2, it does add up. You know, sometimes people say, you know, I really can't afford to give anything, you know, but you know, if you can give that 50 cents, that $1, you know, someone else is giving 50 cents and $1, 30 people are, and it really does add up.
Yeah.
Just the change alone is insane. You know, we have a big change counter And, you know, we have, you know, the big change bags that, you know, so it does, even just, you know, the pennies and the nickels, it adds up immediately with everybody else's. And it's amazing. You know, we can have, on a relatively slow day, we can have $200 in change.
Wow.
I mean, you know, so the change makes a difference to us.
Right. And you do some wonderful things in our community with that money.
Thank you. We do try very hard. You know, it's just one of the things that we try to see where the needs are and see what we can do to help meet them. And we try really hard to coordinate with other agencies in town so that we're not duplicating services.
That's very good. I think that's important to a lot of people out there too.
Yeah. We also have some big events coming up.
Okay, and they
are fun days for us. Christmas is a lot of busyness and getting ready for the last couple days, and we love doing these days. The first one is December 13th.
Okay.
And that is our food sorting day.
Okay.
And in that day, we sort all the canned goods and non-perishable items, and we pack them into baskets. And every year we think, you know, it's going to take longer, it's going to be more problems, and every year we have more volunteers who know what they're doing, and it gets done even quicker.
Wow, that's amazing.
Last year, I think it was just over 2 hours.
For
we
200
were done.
families.
Wow.
Sorted and packed. It was amazing.
Yeah, and my
Wow.
wife tells me don't do anything, let them do it, and every year I think I'm supposed to do stuff beforehand, and every year, even they make the boxes, so we don't do anything. And
Wow.
just a great group of volunteers.
And how do people qualify for those goodies?
They come in and sign up. We do have late sign up. We did our first round of sign-ups
Okay.
already, but we have late sign-ups December 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
That they can come in and register and have an interview with one of our volunteers to get everything they need. And then they would get, when they qualify, they get a food box for a Christmas meal. And if they have children 17 or under, we would get them on the Angel Tree thing so that we can get gifts for them to have.
Okay. Other events.
The other one is December 16th is a Monday, and that's our toy shop setup.
Ooh,
and that is, it's a little less hectic, but it's a lot more fun for me because I love pushing the buttons on the toys and get yelled at all the time. But that's one where we actually set out the toys that have been collected and get those ready for the toy shop, get all of the last minute things set up, like the blizzard of books from the library.
Friends of the Library.
Friends of the Library, which we love giving out books to kids. The clothing area, and just making sure everything's done. And then the big, huge event is December 19th. And that is our actual distribution day. And it's a fun day because people get to help people get Christmas ready.
That's wonderful.
And we're going to do a little bit different this year. But just space-wise, we have more space right now.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to using a little bit more of our building and just kind of giving ourselves a little more wiggle room. So we're looking forward to that. That's a fun day. We're hoping it doesn't snow, but you know, it seems like every time we've had snow, so it's
People will still come.
it's good.
Yep, doesn't matter. Now, Amy, you mentioned Angel Tree. Tell me about Angel Tree.
For Angel Tree, we take tags that are representative of the children in town that are in the county that are looking for help for Christmas. And most of them are at Walmart, but they are through some of the credit unions or banks. And the Thunder Bay Physical Therapy is doing one. They're new this year.
Good.
So, but yeah, so we put the tags out, and it gives you ideas and stuff to do for kids, and then we can use those things to give kids a nice Christmas morning. You know, they can come down and have gifts and not have to worry about, you know, not getting something when all their friends at school did or whatever else. You know, it's not a kid's responsibility to bear the burden of poverty.
No,
you know,
that's true.
we're really, that's one of my big passions is it's never, no matter what's going on in the household, no matter what the reasoning for what the situation is, it's never the kid's fault. And so, you know, we want to make sure that the kids have something to just be able to experience the joy of Christmas rather than worry about one more thing that they maybe can't have.
So just really important once again that everyone knows that every penny, nickel, dime, quarter does add up. Very important. Try to give a little extra on the weekend of Black Friday while you're out shopping. And every time you see a kettle, throw $1 in. I mean, just think of it as a gift. And when we get to $3,000, it gets matched, goes right back into our community to help some wonderful families in need.
all the money we raise stays in Alpena County.
Okay. I'm going to actually be ringing the bell at Walgreens on, I think, November 23rd. So I just enjoy that, and I have fun with it, so I'm really excited to be a part of that again. It's been a few years since I've been able to do it, so
Wonderful.
yeah,
Awesome.
I'm excited. And anyone interested in volunteering or dropping off a donation of a gift or something, food item, contact you.
Yes. And if they want to volunteer to ring bells, we have a new website called registertoring.com.
Okay.
And they can go on and sign all up, and they don't even have to talk to a person if they don't want to.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. Pleased to have as our guest this morning Lori Dzinski, registrar at Alpena Community College. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure, Lori. You have a lengthy, distinguished career at ACC, 42 years?
43.
43 years.
Ending my 43rd year.
And you're retiring at the end of the semester?
Yes, December 20th is my last day at the college.
Wonderful. Well,
Yes.
I would just like to ask you some questions and give the viewers a chance to hear your thoughts. So what does a registrar do? I think let's start there.
Well, basically, the registrar is responsible for student records, all aspects of records, the transcripts, graduation records, reviewing for completion, and also the registration function, making sure that everything is prepared and ready for every semester when our students become enrolled at the college.
A hugely important job because every student has a transcript, a record that goes with them.
Yes.
And so you are the person who makes sure that that record is accurate, has integrity, and moves along with the student as they need it.
Correct. Along with staff members in my office. I have some very capable staff members that give me a lot of support in that area.
Wonderful. This is true.
Definitely.
So when you must have started at ACC when you were like 9 years old.
Yes, 9. No, we'll add about 10 years to that. I was 19.
Very good. And you weren't registrar at that time?
No. I actually started in 1974 when the admission director then, Owen Witkoff, offered a country girl work study. And then after my first year at ACC, then I was offered the opportunity to sub in some of the clerical positions at ACC, and I did that. And then in '76, I was hired full-time.
A country girl.
A country girl, yes, yes.
That's wonderful. And what, 1976 till now, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
You have the record, I think. At least you have been at ACC longer than anyone that I'm aware of.
Well, I can't remember how many years Vicki Kropp had, but we were very close.
Very close.
Yeah.
So what's changed over the years?
A lot of things have changed. Starting out with, registering by pulling cards out of a tub and getting placed in classes and keeping track that way, to using a computer system. And our current system now allows our students to even self-register, our faculty register during the advising period. So multiple changes in our student system, and they've all been positive changes. And for my area, I feel they've all been very positive changes. Many changes on campus, new buildings. I was able to experience a number of those. Unfortunately, I won't be able to work in the new Vandler Hall building, but I will definitely come and visit.
We'll have to have you come visit.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of federal requirements like FERPA, things that you really have to monitor that people really probably don't know about, but are essential.
Right. Like you said, FERPA, a lot of people don't understand that once a student is enrolled at the college, we can't share any student information unless that student releases it, and it doesn't matter the age. If there are dual enrolled students and they're 16 years old, we still have to follow that. So that is a very important guideline that we have to follow. We also are involved with a lot of our reporting, enrollment reports, state reporting, and that's a big piece also.
It is. I think folks really don't realize how comprehensive and non-stop the reporting is, and how deep that we have to go, and how much work it is.
But we are fortunate again to have awesome IT department that supports that. So it allows us to, you know, get the reports in accurately and on time.
Absolutely. So many things have changed. What things have stayed the same in your mind, if anything, or?
Well, I guess for me personally, the support that we provide for our students, and that's one of the things I definitely will miss. It starts, you know, from the beginning, their enrollment, their first enrollment at the college, straight through to completion, you know, graduation. Everything isn't always smooth for every student, and there's some things that you have to work out with the student, and that's been continuous, you know, that the support that you give the students.
You must have awareness of almost every student that has that we have. We have 1,500 students this semester. You've touched thousands, tens of thousands.
Basically, you do. Anybody that works in that type of position, you do, because you're there, right, like I said, at the beginning and at the end of their career at ACC. And then beyond, because, you know, they move on, and you still are helping some students that have transferred, and if they need any additional assistance, the Registrar's office as a whole, you know, still supports those students.
That's a very important point. Roughly half of our students are occupational. It means that they're in a program that leads to a job at the end of it, hopefully. And the other half, roughly, are transfer students. They're looking to transfer to a four-year school. So the transcript that follows them along is essential.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's where it's important that, you know, we're aware of what's on that record and how to help the student with moving it forward.
You do a great job in that area.
Thank you.
That's well acknowledged at the college. And what will you miss at ACC?
I'm going to miss working with the students. It's a definite. I'm going to miss the staff. It's been a big part of my life. I might miss the trip in. You know, I've done that for 43 years. Made the trip to ACC, and then all of a sudden that ending. A big piece also I'm going to miss is it's kind of a personal proud moment at commencement, the honors breakfast and the commencement ceremony, all those functions. You're always proud at the end that we were able to complete that activity so that the students and their families, you know, can enjoy a great activity with their students.
Honors breakfast.
Honors breakfast and the commencement ceremony.
Yeah, those are wonderful events.
Yeah. It's not the instructional side, but it's the celebration side, and we're able to follow through and make it happen for our students.
Yes, those are wonderful events, and you are so integral in the smooth management of those, and it's so important for the students and their parents. It's a milestone.
Definitely.
So we've got about 30 seconds left. What does retirement look like for Lori D? What you going to do with your time?
I'm going to respond as a typical retiree. We've got lots of projects at home that we haven't had time to do. It will free up some time for us to help some of our family members who need some medical help. Den and I want to travel. Den is also retiring at the same time, so we want to do a little bit of traveling, and we have a Florida trip planned in March. And then we have two beautiful little granddaughters, and we're hoping that we can spend more time with them. We're lucky that they live in this area, so we can help out their parents and spend a lot of time with them.
Wonderful. Lori, thank you for all you've done for ACC and the community. You've had a great career.
I have.
And thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.